that we are freaks in the bedroom.
About me being like more strict as like a partner and parent.
He's such a good dad.
We have more date nights than most people I know.
We'll look at each other and just be like,
I would say I'd make more of the smaller like day-to-day decisions.
you're not a bubbly person. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with Dan.
What's up?
We are, oh, you smell good.
Thanks.
Which one are you wearing?
No idea.
Oh, well, it smells great. Today we're doing a video reacting to your assumptions about us as a couple slash parents. Before we get into the assumptions, I just want to say a big thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of the video. If you don't know what BetterHelp is, they're an online platform where you can connect with licensed therapists.
It's so flexible because you can connect with therapists around the world and from the comfort of your own home on kind of your own schedule. It's really gives you like an open possibility to going through therapy.
It's also a lot more affordable than places in our, especially in our area. And I know it's really hard to find therapists, especially like post-pandemic. Everyone I feel like is looking for them. So it's just a great option for you if you're looking for that. Basically, when you sign up, you do a little quiz so they can kind of match you with someone in specific to your needs, and you can connect that way. Don't ever feel pressured that you have to stay with this therapist if you don't vibe. It's so important that you connect with the person. They won't be offended if you tell them, listen, I don't think I'm feeling this. Is there someone else you can help me connect with? They'll be more than happy to do that for you. It is not a self-help line, just putting that out there. It's basically like you're making an appointment with a therapist. And I know it's helped me a lot and people that I've recommended it to, and a lot of you guys actually have told me that it's really helped you a lot, and there's nothing more important than mental health. In my personal opinion, I think it's so important. So if you want to get a discount, you can go to my link, betterhelp.com/Centomo, which is my last name, to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/Centomo to get 10% off your first month. Nice. From the gist of it, from what I've just looked at quickly, is that there's very conflicting assumptions about us. And also, the biggest one that I see the most often is that people assume we're freaks.
What does that mean?
Like, that we are freaks in the bedroom, that we like kinky things, that we're a very spicy couple, that we're very...
No, I
we have a great sex life, essentially.
You're just open about it. More open about it online than a lot of other people are.
So I actually follow this one mom on social media, which I really value how open she is with her like romantic, I guess, life with her partner. And she has 4 boys. And she talks all the time about like how she thinks it's so important to keep your sex life healthy for you and your partner, whatever. And I really value that. And so I've been a lot more open about it because she actually helped me a lot feel confident in our sex life. And so I wanted to do that. But I wouldn't necessarily say we're freaks. I think we're pretty average. I don't know. We do like to try new things. We clash heads a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends what your definition of a lot is. Probably not a lot. Normal amount.
Yeah, what is a normal amount?
I have no idea. Dan is not super affectionate or physical in how he shows love.
Oh my god, no.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm super, but I would say I'm not anti.
No, you're very physical.
Yeah, I mean,
with me.
Yeah, I give you hugs and I give you little like bum taps and...
Yeah, you're a very physical person.
Yeah, I definitely think there's people out there that are more than I am. I'm not,
Yeah.
I'd say I'm like in the middle to higher end.
You're actually the exact perfect,
Like a good amount that's not obnoxious
for me.
For you, okay.
That what I need physically, like you fit that box so perfectly. Because I'm not like the most PDA person, but I do like it. And I feel like you're not like constantly on me, but...
I'm more when it's just us at home. I'm not like that usually in public or like when we go to like get-togethers and stuff, just because I know for some people it makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah,
so
with certain people.
I'm not like overly like touchy affectionate with you and with people, because I don't even know if everyone is comfortable with it.
Yeah, but for sure. But I do know that like you like to give me hugs and stuff. And sometimes, especially if you have a bit of alcohol, you'll come like from behind and give me lots of hugs and kisses, and I just love it so much.
Dan is annoyingly strict. I wouldn't.
Why are you picking all the
I'm just reading
ones?
them. I'm reading them.
No, you're not annoyingly strict. You're strict in a really good way. Like you're firm, I would say. Not strict, firm with not your beliefs, but how do you explain this?
I think a lot long term. So like something that might not seem like a big deal in the moment, it's almost like I get a lot of, not like I told you so, but it's like I warned you. And so I'm kind of strict with it because it's like we're doing this for a reason so that in the future this won't happen again. You keep the dating phase alive even after having a kid. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. I think
we try to do things together, even if he's still at home, you know, like we'll order food together and watch something on TV after he goes to bed.
We were together for a very long time, and we were living together for years. So us keeping like the dating thing alive, I don't know, that kind of never changed when we had a kid. He just fit into our life. Yes, we like molded certain things around him. We had him in the middle of a pandemic. We could do nothing else other than just stay home and be parents. But when things kind of went back to normal, so did we. We just went back to like living our normal life, and he kind of fits in there with us, and I think that's important.
Okay, well, here's one. As parents, you're both patient and don't use physical discipline.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like in the sense of hitting? Yeah, no, of course not. Yeah, I would say we're both really patient and definitely don't use physical discipline. You rarely have date nights. No, that's not true. I would say we have more date nights than most people I know.
We're very, very blessed in the sense of like we have my parents to help watch Arkham. I'm sure once we find a babysitter, we're gonna choose that as well, like have that, because now it's like basically just my parents because he's so comfortable going there. But I remember as a kid, my parents always went out on dates. They always went on date night. It was either like my cousin or my aunt or uncle or parents that would watch me and my sister, and I really like that. I think it's important. So for us, that is something that we value and that we put as like a high priority, is like we still want to be able to do date nights.
There's a few that I'm scrolling through that are like kind of similar about me being like more strict as like a partner and a parent. And I'm very strict, and I say this all the time as a parent, like very strict, but
I don't know
not
if strict is the right word though.
But not in like I just yell at you and tell you no. I have like a lot of firm boundaries with Arkham that I give to him in like an explaining, loving, safety way or like behavior way.
Yeah.
Like he's very good at walking on sidewalks and crossing the street and like holding our hand in parking lots and just a lot of little things like that because I'm very strict with it. It's like, no, there's cars, you're going to hold my hand.
Yeah.
I'm not like screaming at him like, come hold my hand. But I have a lot of rules with him.
Yeah.
Which I think pays off big time because we do get a lot of compliments about him.
But it's not even about getting the compliments. I think he listens very well, and that could just be a personality trait as well. But you also reward him in a sense of allowing him and praising him for doing other things.
Yeah, I give him, like, I balance a lot of the no's or a lot of the rules with a lot of yeses.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to, like, pick your battles, you know? Like, you posted on your story that he goes through my jewelry drawer all the time, and, like, I could easily say no to that, but it's like, who cares, really, if he takes my watches that are not really expensive and he just loses them. Like, I don't really care.
I mean, I don't really want him to lose.
No, you have expensive stuff, so it's different.
Yeah.
And there are things in my drawer that he knows are off limits, he can't play with. And I don't do it for compliments, but when I get compliments about his behavior or how well he listens to us, it is very reassuring that, like, okay, well, maybe we're doing something really good.
Yeah.
Because he like, even there's so many times we go to restaurants with him and random like couples that we see sitting across from us will like lean over to me during the dinner and be like, wow, I've never seen a kid like sit this long in his chair at a restaurant. And it's just really reassuring because I'm very strict with him at restaurants with how he can behave, you know?
That's not to say that we don't allow him to be a kid either, because there are times where like he gets down from the chair and like plays with another kid and like,
yeah, usually when the dinner's over and stuff, but like, you know, he knows that when we're in public, and he asks at home, he's like, can I scream at my friend's house? It's like, no, you can't scream at your friend's house. Can I scream at our house? Of course. Can I scream in the car? Of course. Can I scream at Baba Nono's house? Of course. So it's like a lot of balance between yes and no.
Or like jumping on the couch. We allow him to jump on the couch here, but
he
not
knows
other
some
people's
houses it's no and some houses it's yes. So yeah, I'm definitely very strict.
But I think having that balance is really key, because if you're only one way, it's not going to go the way you want it to go, because they're probably going to rebel. I'm not saying he's not going to rebel when he's older either. But starting from a young age with firm boundaries, and then also allowing him to explore and be creative and get a lot of yeses in other ways helps a lot.
Yeah.
That you, meaning me, Alex, make most of the big decisions. I think it's both, honestly. I think for certain things it's you, and for certain things it's me.
Big decisions?
Yeah.
I don't know what would mean by big decisions. I would say I'd make more of the smaller, like, day-to-day decisions. Like, we just kind of talked about being strict. But I think you make more of the bigger decisions.
But we also
like
agree on
furniture and like trips and
I was thinking towards like Arkham. Yeah, I guess.
Well, what would be like a big
Well, like for example, we
Yeah,
want to
with-
send him to French school, but we both agree on that.
Yeah, with him it's pretty even. I would
Yeah.
say.
Like I think before we had kids, we really spoke a lot about like what we wanted to be as parents before we even had children, and I think that really helped for when like the time came when it came down to things, because we agree on a lot of the really big things. But yeah, if it's just us in our normal life, I guess I do make the bigger decisions with things. You don't want a lot of kids, or that you want them spaced out a lot. I think we always just wanted two. I don't remember.
I feel like it's a weird assumption after you've talked about
Not everyone.
fertility.
Yeah, I know.
I guess
but,
not everyone follows everything.
yeah, like I've talked about the fact that we've been struggling with infertility, like second child infertility for a while, but like if you haven't been caught up on everything, you wouldn't know that.
No, the plan originally wasn't to have them super spaced out. It was to have two within like I don't know, I'd say like a 3-year timeline.
Yeah, 2.5 to 3 years.
But it's not obviously not happening at this point. So yeah, now we're like adjusting our plans a little bit. Trying to go with the flow a little bit with it.
Yeah, but I think we always just wanted two. We didn't want more than, at least I don't remember wanting more. Maybe you wanted more? I don't know. That you're very open and go with the flow, but still rely on routine. I would say yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say that's a good description. Yeah, I mean, I think routine with kids is super important. That kind of comes back again to like the strict thing. It is important because for the majority of their childhood through teenage years, they're going to be on a very strict routine. They're going to go to school. They're going to have to like sit in class. They're going to have to go on the bus. They're going to have to. So it's good to get kids used to structure in their life. But then at the same point, it's very important to have them break the structure every now and then.
Yeah, because things aren't always going to
Exactly. There's going to be late nights. There's going to be parties. There's going to be travel days where things go wrong and it's going to be a disaster. So yeah, I would say it's like a 5 out of 7 kind of thing. Like 5 days of the week it's pretty structured, and then 2 days of the week we're a little less structured, especially now as he's getting older.
I think we were a lot stricter on routine when he was a baby, and
that's
for
a whole different thing.
But for myself, I think I almost was an extreme in that sense. Like, I don't think I'm going to be like that with the next kid, just because you can't. You have a toddler, you're going to be out doing stuff. But, like, being stuck in quarantine for a full year, because we had a baby right at the beginning of the pandemic, it was very easy for us to be on a very strict schedule because we didn't do anything. But I think it kind of, for myself, like, leaked into a little bit, like, later. Because I remember one of your races we went to watch downtown, like I think it was 2 summers ago, whatever. He was still kind of young, but like still toddler year, and I was very stressed to be able to get home in time for his nap. And I remember I had said that on social media, and people were like, he doesn't sleep on the go. And I was like, well, no, I mean, he can, but it'll be like a 30 to 40 minute nap, and then like I want him to get his good like 2-hour nap in. But then now that he's older, and like I guess I'm older as a parent too, I realized that if he takes a 40-minute nap one day, we'll just put him to bed earlier. I'm not as much stressed of like needing to be home for his nap time or like needed to do this. I kind of just like let it go, and I'm not as stressed about it. But I think that comes with time. Like everyone's different, right? Every parent is so different.
Yeah, I always say like if you're home and it's a normal day, there's no reason to break a routine. Like I would never purposely keep him up past 1 o'clock for his nap when we're just home doing like learning activities. I don't see the point. Stay on the routine. We're doing the routine. But like yesterday, for instance, we had a brunch and he only went down for his nap at 2:30. So like it's fine on the day where you're out and you're doing things, or if he falls asleep in the car ride home, like that's happened before too. And then that's his nap. It's not as good, whatever. He might go to bed earlier. But if like Monday through Thursday, we're just at home doing things and it's snowing and it's cold and we're learning and we're baking, like why would I break the routine just for the hell of it, you know? I'll stick to it when I stick to it, and then it gives him the flexibility of being well rested to be able to go out and do things other days.
Also, it is a nice break for us to have that nap time.
Oh yeah. It when the days where he takes a half an hour nap in the car ride home, he's not going to nap in his room after, so then we don't get that nice midday break from having to take care of him all day. And then same thing at night, if there has been times where we will stay up a bit later and watch a movie and have popcorn. But like when he goes down at 7:30, 8 o'clock, it's nice to have an hour or two to unwind at the end of the day without him.
Yeah.
If your kid's staying up late every single night, it's hard because you get no time to yourself.
And I think that also leads into what a lot of people ask, how we're able to have like sexy time. so often, or not so often, but just like how we are able to just do it and how we can keep the romance alive. And I think having a kid on a schedule is it helps a lot with that, because
if there's no structure and your kid like goes to bed at 10 some nights and other nights it's like 9 and some nights at 6:30 and some like, and you don't know what's going on and he's kind of always with you and just kind of doing like whatever the house is doing, then yeah, it makes it really hard to get any form of like alone time or romantic time.
And for that, I say like date nights, if you can.
Yeah, try to get out and do date nights.
But for us, it's like, it's really hard to give advice for that because it's just not our life. Like everybody is so different. So it just works well for us that way. You have the same way of parenting. Yes and no.
I'd say on the big things, yeah. On other things, no.
Our personalities are very different when it comes to parenting. Although we both do somewhat of a gentle parenting approach. But you're, like Dan was saying earlier, he does have like very strict rules. He follows like boundaries that we don't break, but he does it in a very gentle way that's still firm. Mm-hmm. So I really appreciate that. I actually really like that a lot because Arkham just feels so loved and safe knowing that like Dan lets him express himself, is there for him, he can always count on him, and knows that Dan loves him so much, but there are rules that he can't break. I don't know, for myself too, like it's easier for me to kind of just like mold into that because Dan has already like set up those rules that I can like easily then follow.
I come off as really harsh and cruel to you sometimes. I mean, I would say I'm harsh sometimes, but I'm not cruel.
I think
cruel sounds like really mean.
I think this is the thing is that, and I say this a lot of times when we film videos together, you're not a bubbly person. Like just in life. Maybe,
no, I'm happy and I'm friendly and I'm polite, but I'm not like oh my god, so much fun. I'm just not like that kind of person.
But I do have to say, like my personality online is it still is me, but I'm much more bubbly, I think. Like I can be very chill in person, whereas Dan online, you almost like tense up a little bit, even though you've been online for so long.
No, I'm like this when I talk with our friends. The only difference is I have a bit more of a sense of humor in my real life.
Yes.
But it's not a sense of humor very appreciated online. So I'm not as jokey and funny because I know a lot of people are just going to get upset. And it's not that I'm like super offensive. It's more that, yeah, maybe I'm a bit like harsh in my humor.
Yeah, like...
and like direct. And I know it upsets some people in my real life, but it's just kind of my sense of humor.
You're very sarcastic and stuff.
Yeah, that's sarcastic.
If people don't get that, like if they don't get you, they might be like, oh, Dan's kind of like harsh. But it's just his like sense of humor. I don't know how to explain it. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I find it funny and... like, we have a great relationship. I don't find he's mean to me. It just, I get online sometimes, like, you're not, like, the most bubbly person, so people aren't used to that. But we say this in so many videos that you're in. Yeah. That you are so different but love each other so much. Yeah, I guess. We're pretty different. We're pretty opposite, actually. But we work well together. You seem like you never have big fights and never have mental breakdowns as parents. Disagree. We definitely
some big fights.
Yeah.
Mental breakdowns as parents, maybe not.
No.
At least for myself. The only time that I find I really struggle when I have to do something for him that is trying to help him, but he's like, it scares him. So like, for instance, he has a cut on his foot and like I have to put cream on it, right, to make him feel better. And like, if I have to do that like 3-4 times a day and he's like fighting me and screaming and crying every time I have to do it, like that starts to really wear down on me because it's like, I feel bad making him that scared or like hurting his foot by putting the cream, but I have to, you know? It's like when he's sick and like you have to get the boogers out and he hates using like the nose sucker or the booger rinser and stuff. Like I have to do it. And when I have to do it like 6 times in the day and he's like throwing a fit every time, it starts to weigh down on me after a while. So I don't know, I wouldn't call it like a breakdown, but yeah, it's hard.
There are times where we have to do things that make us really sad as parents, like things like that then afterwards, like after the end of the night when he's finally sleeping, we'll look at each other and just be like,
yeah, I feel so
that
bad.
Was hard.
Yeah, like I felt bad for him last night because he was crying so much his foot hurt. And I had to put the cream on and then he didn't want to like walk to turn his lamp off because his toes were hurting.
Poor guy.
Yeah, but you know, you have to do that as parents.
Yeah. Has infertility affected your sex life on a romantic level? I think...
yeah, I would say yes, especially when you get really in your head about it and stressed.
Yeah.
We talked about it, how it got to a point where it felt like a chore almost. Like I think I used to say it was like a science experiment.
clinical.
Yeah, like clinical. That was it.
Yeah.
It felt like less romantic, more like timed to try to make it work.
So the first few months, like we were like, whatever. And then I was like, hey, let's try tracking and like actually try doing it. And those few months, I think you were much like, I do not like this vibe at all. And then we kind of stopped doing that because it wasn't fun. And then obviously going through IVF and stuff didn't make it very sexy with all the hormones and stuff we were going through. But I don't know, I feel like it hasn't really affected it that much because now we can kind of just not ever have to think about protection or like being safe in that way. We can kind of just have fun.
It's one of the bonuses of trying to conceive is that any worries of unwanted conception goes away.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, very carefree.
So I think now, no, because now we're kind of in the headspace of like, okay, well, like we really had to adjust our plans of what we wanted with our expectations, and we tried everything, and now we can just like have fun with it, and it's kind of just like whatever happens type thing, you know? And I think I wish I really was in that headspace last year. I just was so focused on like wanting to be pregnant that it did take away a lot of the romance. But I don't think it's like that anymore. You're going to name your name, kid. Huh?
I think that's just a typo. You're
Oh,
going to
next
name
kid.
your next kid something super unique to match A's name. I wouldn't say as... We have a few names lined up.
Yeah.
Nothing as unique as Arkham.
Definitely unique.
Nothing super generic like my name.
My name.
Yeah, like really common, just like stereotypical names, you know?
Yeah, we have like a girl's name that we really like, and if we had another boy, we have like a few that whatever. It's nothing is, and I don't think they like match or anything like that. It's just things that we talk about that we like. You are just, if not more, or you are just as, if not more, in love as when you started dating. I think more.
Yeah, I think more.
We fell in love pretty quickly, though, I do have to say.
Yeah. But I think any relationship should be more and more and more as time goes on.
Yeah. Like, I think what really helps us, at least, is that we flirt with each other throughout the day. And we, like, will text things sometimes to each other that are very flirtatious. Or even, like he said, like, he does little bum taps, which I really like because I'm a very physical touch person. And I like Dan is your acts of service. It's your love language. But I like physical touch, and I really like... what is it when you say nice things, like complimenting someone?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever that is, I'm forgetting the word. And you really do that a lot, so I don't know. It keeps it fresh and alive. And also just seeing him as a dad, like he's such a good dad. I knew you were going to be a good dad because I saw how you were with Boo, and I saw how you were with kids in general, like your nieces and nephews and stuff. But I don't know, it's like you blew all my expectations. Just like, ugh, you're just such an amazing dad. Like you're just, I'm not even just saying this for the camera, like literally.
No, you say that to me all the time.
Like you're so good, and Arkham is so amazing in so many ways, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to like do my job because I have you and your support.
You're lucky.
And like you're just incredible, and I hope you know that. You know that, right?
Thank
you know you're a good dad, though?
I know.
Deep down, you know?
I know.
Okay. And you're a good partner.
Thank you.
I love you so much. If you want us to do more videos together, let us know. Obviously, like, Dan doesn't care about being in videos. He used to vlog, like, daily. It's just more, he's busy. You're a stay-at-home dad, so you have a lot of stuff you need to get done, and you're also training a ton. We would still love to get to do these more often because it is fun for us, and we love you guys, and we'll see you all in our next video. I also forgot to say a big thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. If you want to check it out, link will be in the description down below. BetterHelp.com/Centomo for 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/Centomo for 10% off your first month. And yeah, talk to you in the next video, which is a vlog. It's gonna be a vlog of when, anyways, we're packing for our trip to Europe, and I'm very excited for this trip. It's gonna be so much fun, so get excited.